Hello and welcome, my Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your timeless true love read for, well, it's being done in December 2020, but whenever you watch this is when you are supposed to watch it, my Sagittarians. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi, my Sagittarians, my Sagittarians, my mutable fires, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome back. If you are new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, growing my channel slowly but surely, bringing you the best content that I can, the most intuitive guidance and grace that I can bring through as a mystic on planet Earth for the well-being of all. Yeah, and my subscribers, thank you so much for your love, your support, your likes, your subscribes, your shares, your all that jazz. I'm on this journey, and I'm lucky to be working with Mal Flanders, who's probably watching this, who's a Sagittarius, great inspiration, great collaborator. I'm very, very lucky to have lots of Sagittarian friends in my life. That being said, let's get down to work, shall we? This is a general read, a Path of True Love read, which is your path, your hero's journey, your healing journey, your spiritual path through the relationships and the soul contracts that you have in your life. Twin flame, soulmate, all that jazz. They don't usually show up in these types of readings. So this is about you. That's why I do the soulmate readings. I no longer do the twin flame readings. I don't care about them anymore. They're too much. They're too much. So I do extended readings for the path of true love, your own personal path through all of your relationships, right? Not just your sexual romantic ones, but those seem to be highlighted. I'm using 10 decks. For the entire reading. Half of it you get here on YouTube. You'll get 13 cards, a Celtic Cross with 3 cards to help clarify. In the extended on VIMEO.com, you'll get 6 other decks. So 10 decks, 4 in this one, 6 in the extended. The link is in the description box. If you want to check the extended, it's $5. The last one I did for Scorpio was over 50 minutes. So do the math. Worth it. I'm also good at what I do, but do keep in mind it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check how it feels in your energy field as we go through. Stay in the present moment. Follow your breath, right? Really feel what's hidden for you with this. And check your other signs, because you're going to get different information about different relationships, possibly on the path of true love and all that jazz as I threw 2 on the ground. All right. I think that's enough exposition for now, don't you think? Let's get up in this gig. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Relax. Here we go. All the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. There are lots of links about true love and soul contracts and all that stuff if you want to check it out on the way down. Otherwise, let's do this. Here we go. Oh yeah, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Amen. I feel you. Please, 1 card in clarity. Caroline Mace archetype deck card. What is the dominant archetype at work, right? Like these have all been like the Virgin on the path of true love, untangling neglect for Scorpio. The angel opening my mind on the path of true love. So what is the dominant archetype on the path of true love, either within this Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, someone they're dealing with, the situation, some of that, all of that. December 2020 or timeless on the path of true love for my Sagittarius. Please, their dominant archetype in play, alchemizing from lead to gold, is the Alchemist, the one that alchemizes lead to gold. All right, rock and roll. This one actually is in 2 different archetypal families. There are 9 families in total. This splits time between the wisdom family and the divine family. This is a hot one. The shadow attribute, misuse of power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. Hello, I'm a witch. I know all about that. I had to learn all that stuff, right? The stuff that you do when you're like, right? You know, it's like you start going to your book of shadows, your grimoires, or your practices, or whatever, and your healing techniques. Just don't fucking get what I want. It's not really how it works. The light attribute, though, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Like, for instance, base motive, I want to get my stuff touched. But when you get your stuff touched on the path of true love, there's spiritual stuff going on there, right? There are lessons to be learned, soul contracts, karmas, lessons, healing, all that stuff too, right? So you can take something as simple as I want to get laid and turn it into, yeah, but I want to experience it in a tantric way. I want to do it in a spiritually aligned way, right? If everything is God, if everything is divine, then so is our sexuality. So are our base motives. In other words, there's no gold without lead. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold. Something has to be transformed and burned off here. So why not purify your sexuality, your base motives, even money, survival, right? There are survival family archetypes, soul powers, to help you deal with that. Here I am shuffling the deck I just shuffled. The Alchemist archetype ain't no joke. It's really big on planet Earth right now as the planet is going through the alchemical crucible of transformation of 2020, if you hadn't noticed. Also known as Apocalypse and the Armageddon, but you know, you take your archetypal lenses where you find them. Daughters of the Moon Tarot here, your Celtic Cross spread. Let's look at where you are on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless, using the Daughters of the Tarot, the Daughters of the Moon Tarot to reflect on what's going on inside of you, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, the personal level of power, right? It's the most important part to be aware of on the path of true love, right? It's where the heart is, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, the yin, the divine feminine aspect of yourself, right? We all have both, masculine and feminine. And in the extended reading, I take the Mythic Tarot and we cover every single card in the 10-card Celtic Cross spread to see what it looks like on the outside, the divine masculine, the lower 3 chakras, right? The physical world. So let's do this. Breathe. My goddesses of fire and the sign of Sagittarius, please, I need 10 cards, Celtic Cross spread for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless, please, my beloved goddesses of fire. Where is this Sagittarian on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless? 7 of Blades in this deck is not so much the tricky, although there is a piece of strategy to it. It is the card of meditation, right? Exactly that, a stillness. Like you just held it there for a moment, that listening, paying attention, maybe listening behind you, right? Like that 7 of Swords, the sneaky. Yay, first glitch of the day, I caught it, right? So this is a card of meditation, but it is also that card of silence and stillness. Contemplation as well. It's an air card, but why I say it's a little bit like the sneaky is there the woman here is ice fishing, right? So she's sort of, the fish don't know she's up there, maybe they do, right? But so there's a bit of an anticipation, awaiting a plan, a strategy, right? In play, all mental inside of you. And yes, of course, with that, all of the meditation stuff, if you do that, you know, meditation for me, I'd be fucking off my rocker if I didn't meditate several times a day doing this work. Just living on planet Earth, actually. My goddesses, please, what crosses them on the path of true love? The learner, the 8 of Pentacles here. Maiden learning from a crone how to weave a blanket, and there's the proof of the crone's work behind there. So there is work at hand. You are crossed on the path of true love with, one would say, internal work. Remember, this Daughters of the Moon Tarot. So you are the learner. You are learning something inside of yourself. So, you know, the internal focus, perhaps waiting for something, holding the stillness, like a Sagittarian has the blade of the arrow drawn and is just like, right? What's the difference between that and ice fishing, really? And with that learner inside, you are learning wisdom, right? The alchemist, that gold, turning base motives into golden wisdom, right? So that is in process. That is where you are in this particular path of true love, the meditator, if you like, on the inside, with the learner on the inside. I like that. That's the crossroads here for you. What's at the core of this, please? Path of true love for the Sagittarians. Waiting, loyalty to yourself, loyalty to your truth, lighting a candle in waiting, perhaps for something higher to manifest. Now, this is inside of you. You may not be aware of it completely, that there, I wouldn't say you're on pause, but the 3 of Flames, see, if you look at the 2 of Flames, is that indecision, right? Well, do we do this? Do I want to do this, or do I want to do that? The 3rd is then a step has been taken. Action is being made, forward motion is happening, but there's still that waiting period of, okay, because the 4th is rest, right? The 4 of Wands, the 4 of Flames. So there's something percolating inside of you. Action is being taken on the inside. What is behind them on the path, my goddesses, please? that brings them to that Eight of Pentacles. Oh, and the heating popped on. I turned it down so it wouldn't pop on. Hopefully it won't be that distractive. What you got going behind you here is deception. This card has popped up more times than I have seen it in a long time in these particular readings. The twin flame readings, because there is a lot of deception going on. I mean, just culturally, let's not even go there. Politically, oh please, let's not go there. But certainly in terms of where you have been, either you, and this is the only way to read it in the past until we get more cards on the table, either you are deceiving yourself, possibility, right? It looks like the Two of Swords blindfolded, but there are two more swords under the bench, the hard bench she's sitting on, right? This could be you are being deceptive to someone or someone is deceiving you. Can't tell here right now, but certainly you're learning something from it. And if you are in that place, truly, if you can identify yourself in this reading, by the end of it, you'll know if this is your read. Really, in the next two cards, you should. But that Seven of Blades there, if you're really embracing that in meditation, kind of watching, being still, holding that Three of Flames inside of you, waiting, action's been taken, but you can't take the next step just yet. You're learning, right? Then this deception, it's going to be about, have you pierced your own interior deception? How you're deceiving yourself? Are you the deceiver? Certainly with the Seven of Blades, often seen as a sneaky, sneaky card, but can be strategy. And sometimes you do have to be stealth to get things done in this world. Stealth and shadow are not necessarily the same thing. Surprise birthday party is not a shadow activity, right? But it's sneaky. Surprise! I fucking hate them. Really hard to surprise an intuitive, too, when they do this all day long. What crowns them on the path of true love, please, my goddesses? The Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Okay, your first court card. Now here we've got the Libra card, Skadi, the North Wind. This would be the King of Swords at your crown. Now again, this represents inside of you this deck that we're using, and absolutely it can be about psychological balance, right? Using love to balance the heart and the mind, being fair. But I feel like this is triggered by somebody, right? Even though it's happening in the world behind your eyes, that something is crowning here that's bringing you into balance. And it feels like somebody. It might very well be a teacher in some way, shape, or form. Someone who's helping you learn, who's showing you how they do it. Not that you have to do it the same way, but they're showing you the basics of it, right? This is how we weave, but the colors and patterns are your own, my child, so to speak, right? So this may not be romantic sexual right off the bat here. There's loyalty here, but there's deception in the past, hence a question of loyalty. Maybe you're not revealing your hand about that, but you're learning, you're building, you're experiencing, you're gaining wisdom from whatever this deception is, whether you deceived you, they deceived you, you deceived them. But with that Libra card, the crowning card is we got to get this into balance. We have to make this fair. Please, please. Peter Brady there. Can you please show me, my goddesses, what lay before them on the path of true love, December 2020? Again, with this Alchemist archetype, like I'm looking, where's the lead? Where's the lead? Well, the lead can certainly be in that deception because Superman can't even see through lead. Right? So there's that, and the learning how to alchemize this within the own interior world. There seems to be assistance there, someone teaching you. Now that could be through a book, that could be through a long distance teacher, right? Someone that you never meet, that you read or you watch on YouTube or whatever. Maybe me, I wouldn't go that far, but maybe me. So let's see here. What is before them on the path of true love? My goddesses, the sun. So you end up happy, at least in your initial sixth card, right? What's before you? There is light, there is clarity, which does not bode well for any deception, by the way. This is like saying your internal deceptions, if you're deceiving yourself through this meditator that you are, the Seven of Blades in the present moment, this situation, you are learning and garnering wisdom from that light comes. Now, whether or not you'll be, I was just deceiving myself. Sometimes that's a great thing, right? When you think nobody loves me, everybody hates me, guess I'll go eat worms. Oh, right, if you're a Sagittarian sun sign, your birthday, and they throw you even in 2020 a surprise party or something, you're like, I was hoping, right? Like that sort of thing. The breaking of a deception, break all lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions here in 2020, because 2021, we've got to be ready for that. Yeah, we're going to rise from the ashes. We're still going to the ashes now. As a planet, we're rising from them. So a lot of clarity coming in for you on a real, like, almost soul level. You only have one major arcana card, and it is the sun, and it is ahead of you on the path. So keep going. Find that balance. What is, my goddesses, please, what is their lesson, the 7th position? What the gods, the universe is trying to teach them, tell them on the path to true love? December 2020 or times. Ma'at, the card of justice. No shit. Your lesson here is you're learning how to balance this. So don't beat yourself up too much. If there were deceptions that were necessary here because there was nothing else you could think to do at the time, you are learning how to balance this, hence the lesson position. Often called negative influences, but that's the stuff that makes us grow. I don't see that, right? That this is about fairness. This is about balance. This is about karma, right? There might be all sorts of past life stuff going on here. Now, mind you, you've got the sun right before that. So the sun and justice, something is definitely coming out into the light. I just wonder if you are trying to keep this deception in place, regardless. If you balance this, if you make this fair, if you explain yourself, it feels like, or they explain themselves to you if that's the case, then this will come out fairly. This will all come out in the wash in a favorable way, well, for the well-being of all concerned. I say that a lot. Thank you, Matt Kahn, for that phrase. I like it. What do they look like from the world? How does the world see them on the path of true love? December 2020, your timeless, my Sagittarians. Well, ending a cycle, or at least that's the vibe you're putting off, that you're done with something. Usually it's a happy thing, and honestly, with this in your outcome, at least your initial outcome was before you on the path, then inside of this there is this sense of completion. I am over this. I'm done. I'm starting again in a second, but I'm done. Shakti, the life dancer, the card of the world and the universe. Look up Shakti energy, S-H-A-K-T-I. More Hindu Vedic stuff, more Eastern stuff, but you might find some key words there. So now you have 3 major arcana in a row. Really, 3 out of 8 isn't gigantic, but get 2 more, you will have half the deck. Let's see. And plus, remember, we're putting other tarot on top of this in the extended. My goddesses, what is their destiny being alchemized from fate? On the path of true love, their hero's journey. December 2020 or timeless, please show me where they are on the hero's journey in terms of alchemizing, because we've got the alchemist here. From shadow to light, from lead to gold, from fear to love, from pain to peace, from fate to destiny. December 2020 or timeless. Emotional release. Let's just call it emotional release. In the card, it's called sorrow, and certainly there may be some tears that need to be shed here. But your destiny really comes into manifestation now inside of you through the 4 of Cups. Now, mind you, it's the 4 of Cups. I don't see the 4 of Cups as that heartbreak, although it really looks like that here. I feel like this is more about the 4, like 5s are the number of change. In this deck, the storm is the 5 of Cups, and that feels more desolating, right? Drowning you. Where this is the waxing and waning of emotions that often comes in times of rest. Emotional integration. You go through something, it was traumatic, this deception, maybe you find out you were deceived, that deception comes to light, or your own deception comes to light of yourself or another, and it takes some time. Your destiny comes from really embracing all of those emotions and letting them flow through you so that you heal. You gotta feel it to heal it. Oh my God, the schematas and the addictions, the attractions, distractions and attachments that we use to escape the emotions that we are uncomfortable with. But I tell you, that must be part of this lesson here. It's part of the alchemy of it all. It's almost like as the lead alchemizes to gold, those 3 atoms can be sort of burned off both as thoughts and feelings and emotions, right? The byproducts of the alchemization. Well, because energy can't be created or destroyed. So what are those 3 elements, 3 atoms per element turn into once they're gold, right? Conservation of mass. Read Terry Pratchett. Breathe. Turning someone into a frog from a human being is an interesting concept, but where does the excess mass go? Terry Pratchett said it hovers up in the sky, thousands of feet ahead of him, until it's turned into something else. And I agree. I love Terry Pratchett. God rest his soul. God rest his soul, too. Please, my beloved goddesses, then what is their outcome here? I mean, they've got the sun here and what's before them. That's only going to bring healing and happiness, and it softens every other card in the spread. So even that card of sorrow, it doesn't feel like the sun's going to, well, the sun's going to evaporate a lot of that. You're going to get a lot of insight. You're the alchemist here. You're going to alchemize your emotional pain into deeper wisdom and understanding. And plus, if you're an empath, you're clearing that for millions of people at the same time. Holographic unity consciousness. And also, please, my goddesses, taking the quantum timelines in place here, what is the most probable outcome for the Scorpio, Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless, this one. Ace of Blades, new insight, new thought, maybe new communication coming in, but again, into you. Perhaps this is the Sibyl, the Oracle of Delphi, huffing ethylene gas out the crack of the wall, right? And by the way, it wasn't just she did all the talking. She went into trance, the Pythia. Actually, the name of the card, the Pythia, right? The Sibyl. Hold your water, hold your air. That doesn't sound good either. She went into trance, huffing the gas out of the crack in the rock. It's ethylene gas, not ether, but they're close, like one molecule off or something. And then somebody wrote it down, and a third one transcribed it, right? So that's why the three, the tripod that she sits on there, she's one of three. Even though there are 4 people in this card, obviously 2 of them are coming to the Oracle. Now, Oracles didn't do private readings. Well, they did, but for like kings. In a time of gods, kings, and warlords, right? You know, get a little Xena vibe there. Be too xenophobic. Cut your head off with a chakram. Something new is definitely coming in here. It could be a vision, it could be a prophecy, but something, a visionary experience, perhaps. You are Sagittarians, ruled by Jupiter, very much a visionary planet that way. Fire sign, but here this new spark, this new information coming in might be for you and only you. A deep insight into all of this. Now, like I said, in the extended, we're going to do that Mythic Tarot and see what all that looks like on the outside. But for the remainder of this reading, I have 2 more cards left. Whisper of Love, Oracle. What is the point of view, the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, or insight from your higher selves and the higher selves of all involved? Because honestly, there's only one court card here. And it's that Libra crowning. Does feel like somebody coming in, right, to help you balance this. Now, Libra is ruled by Venus. I'm not necessarily getting great big huge sexual here or great big huge romantic here. But what are those deceptions about? Sure, deceptions happen in family and in work. Higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity. On the path of true love. December 2020 are timeless for the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, dealing with the Alchemist archetype, led into gold and all that jazz. Please, what is the piece of inspiration, information, or insight from their higher selves on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless? The rest of you can just all go back in the box when we're done. Higher selves of all involved, please. It's hard shuffling with your eyes closed sometimes. What is their whisper of love for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus on the path of true love? Wow, December 2020 or timeless. Leave the card in. Do not give me one card. See, so here's the thing, Sagittarians. When it does this, it means that there is indecision. I don't know where. There's so much going on here, and with that deception in the past, which really seems to be the only fly in the ointment, except for that sorrow card, right? That 4 of Cups in the Destiny. So there's some indecision here, some hesitation. Please, higher selves of all involved. What is their whisper of love? Act as if your partner is here. Act as if your partner is here. You might be with somebody, but I don't think they mean that partner. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you so you will always consider them. This is about a partner. This has now made the sexual romantic in the vibe. It really has. Your higher self has said, like, look, if you are with somebody and it's no good, it's done. But welcome to 2020, by the way. A lot of contracts are ending. so that new ones can begin, or they're being completely reformed and transformed through the process of alchemy. As everybody's doing their own individual healing, and if they're not, people are getting left behind. That's the quantum for you. Sometimes they choose in one timeline, they don't in the other. It's just how it rolls. So whether this is somebody you are already with, or you're not with somebody, right? That's another one. You don't know who they are, or you want to be with somebody and you do know who they are, right? Act as if they are here, almost like an acting challenge, right? But more for that internal stuff, right? That internal, indirect manifestations. Not only are you trying to make something happen, but you're taking action as a Sagittarian as if they were already in your life. And if they are in your life and you've got something steady going on the path of true love here, and it does say partner, I mean, maybe business partner, then you want to make sure everything's legal with the Justice card there in the lesson and the Libra card in the crown inside. But really pay attention to what your soul is speaking to you here, that your spiritual practice is key to that, to all of this, that there's something way more spiritual going on here. It's a divine/wisdom family archetype, the alchemist. I don't feel you're dealing with an alchemist, but I feel like things have been hidden and it has caused some problems. And why wouldn't it, right? You can't make wise, empowered choices if somebody's deceiving you, nor can they if you are deceiving them. So just something to consider here with this lesson that you are learning in all of this. Okay, last card down. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. What is the healing mantra you all need for the path of true love? December from the higher, from the Ascended Masters, right? So, yeah, the angels are coming in the second reading, but we got the gods, the goddesses, well, the collective pantheons, and the higher selves. Please breathe. The Ascended Masters of True Love, please. One card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. This Alchemist archetype in play. Act as if your partner is here. That can be an act of alchemy in its way. Internal alchemy. Manifestation, but in a way really more about healing than anything else. Please, what is their perfect healing mantra that they can work as part of their spiritual practice, right? Rather than use the powers that comes from their spiritual practices, to really put it into right use instead of abuse, right use. Righteous, right? Like righteous spiritual practice. What is the perfect healing mantra for them on the path of true love, December 2020? Or timeless. Polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. It's really talking about your destiny here. Just looking, no other water cards. No other cards of water on the table here for you. This is a key. This is a destined mantra, or a mantra that will help you alchemize your fate into destiny, your pain into peace, as I said before. Polishing my heart. Feeling is a power. Now, keep in mind, archetypes are all about soul power. So feeling is a power that helps me heal. It's feeling as a verb, not a noun. Can be both. When your heart is polished, you are able to honor each emotion for its potent healing properties, including the ones that you don't like, including the ones sorrow and grief and anger and frustration and depression. They all have their gifts in alchemy. In other words, well, that's not gold, that's lead. Well, I'm giving you lead so that you can alchemize your own gold. And you've got the learner in your second position. You're being taught how to do this on the inside somehow. Well, we'll see what shows up on the outside in the extended. A polished heart doesn't take sides, cast blame, or maintain grudges. It faces life openly, willing to feel whatever sensations life may inspire, just for the chance to transform into a higher aspect of perfection. The Alchemist, right? Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Look, there's nothing wrong with what you want. Nothing wrong with wanting a partner that is fair, that is balanced, that loves you. You're willing to learn. You have the opportunity to learn how to make that happen, even in your lesson here, right? You've got the learner, you've got the balance card, the Libra card in your crown, Justice, Ma'at. So you're learning how to judge this in a way that's not judgy, but in a way that's balanced and fair. The last little bit of this mantra is ideal for unraveling emotional stuckness, No other water in the sign in the spread here except for your 4, which can be that rest, that stuckness. Easing worry and cultivating bravery, which Sagittarians, Lord knows, give them a nice dose of bravery. And they're often running and hunting in the woods, going after monsters as well as game. You game? I don't know. You game? Let's not discuss sexual preference. I wasn't. That's a typical Sagittarian conversation. Oh my goodness gracious. Let me give you the prayer here to kind of, the blessing, to kind of bring this all together, and then we will jump over into the extended reading. Like I said, we'll get the Mythic Tarot, 10 of those. You got a Doreen Virtue Healing Angel. Who's the angel assigned to you on the path? Little clue, tip, and hint from the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack from the Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin Oracle, Archangel Michael Oracle, and the new Crystal Oracle that I've dedicated to Archangel Ariel, my personal Archangel. The prayer. May the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love for December 2020 or timeless, whenever they may be watching this, that they may discover their own power of alchemy within them, taking perhaps any tendency to misuse the power and knowledge that come through their spiritual practice, and instead transform their base motives and goals into golden wisdom as they go into meditation, perhaps waiting, perhaps being very, very still and very, very alert while they are in this process of the situation that they are in, learning great wisdom from it, waiting for something better on the inside. They've already decided what they want, so may they have that strength of the 3 flames within them to hold steady, to wait impatient of something better manifesting, because behind them they have this card of the deception. There has been lies. They have been deceived. They've deceived themselves. They've deceived the other person. It feels like just a salad bar of deception all the way around for everyone involved. But coming into play here, crowning with that Skadi, the North Wind, that King of Swords, that Libra card of seeing it clearly and seeing it fairly. May they see it clearly. May they crown that. May they incarnate that within themselves, so the sun may rise within them. That light, that truth, that honor, that beauty, that health, that happiness can bubble up within them and shine brightly. That their light may shine brightly while they learn how to bring this into balance. While they learn how justice is here, and perhaps past life stuff going on here as well. While as the world sees them as somebody who is over it on the inside, there is still some emotional stuff to be processed and healed here, polishing their heart, feeling, being a great power that helps them heal, to maintain their destiny, bringing them to a brand new point of view, a brand new message, a brand new vision, a brand new idea, perhaps even a brand new communication that comes in for them on the path of true love. And may they be so blessed that they may be ready to move forward, acting as if their partner is here, alchemizing every step of the way as they go for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So would it be. And so it is. There you have it, my darlings. I really do hope that gave some clarity. Again, the links for the description, box. The link for the extended is in the description box below if you want to check it out. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, 5-minute break, and dive right in to do that. Otherwise, please do like, subscribe. If something here resonated for you, please like the video. Every time someone hits the thumbs up button, more people get to see the video. So maybe it'll help somebody else. And if you want more of me, please do subscribe. Building my channel bit by bit. Loving the journey, learning so much. I can really relate to that 8 of Blades with you all. In my current position as a YouTuber in general and a reader, it's like going to the gym every day doing this. I'm getting stronger and stronger every day. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of the path of true love, my Sagittarians, my Sagittarius, my Sagittarius.